I'm going to begin, guys, by asking if you spent much time with the real Kevin and Vinny, and if that's helpful or if that can be quite detrimental sometimes, because I guess you want to try and avoid being imitative.
Well, I think I don't know, I've had the opportunity to play a couple real-life guys. Vinny was the first public figure that I had played, and even by public, I'm saying to a very specific community. The boxing community would know who Vinny is. And, I like to at least put a word out if I can't talk to him in some form, just kind of out of good faith. If somebody was making a movie about my life, I'd be very nervous about it, so I try and just let them know, look, I'm very, passionate about this story and your story, and it means something to me, and I want to make you proud, and all those things kind of as a preliminary measure. And then, in terms of the mimicking thing, it comes down to research. If you research this enough, I don't have to watch how Vinny's going to warm up before a fight. I've been boxing. I'm like, I want to loosen my neck up, and I got to get the, shoulders loose. And it just comes down from, research. And if you do the homework and, Aaron's talked about it. YouTube is a great resource. I watched a ton of stuff on Vinny, and I felt comfortable. I didn't feel like I was going to be, mimicking this guy. I felt like I was going to be kind of reviving this guy in a way.
And it must be, it's so hard to watch when he goes back into the ring. Every punch just goes, you win. I almost have my eyes closed throughout that whole kind of scene. When you guys watch the film back, even though obviously you star in that moment, do even you kind of find yourself really kind of short for breath when you're watching the end fight at the end?
Well, when I first, saw the movie was going through a couple, different cuts. Maybe I did. I saw one early on, and the movie, it was just kind of, a few things were missing, because I was saying, man, in this last fight, if you are just not almost brought to tears or just overwhelmed and so happy and during it, nervous and scared, but when he wins, you have to feel like you just saw the greatest comeback ever. In sports, like the journey that this guy had is, immeasurable. And I think that we do that. I think audiences are, after that final fight, just feel such a joy.
And Aaron, a quick word on that hair. That's quite something. It obviously starts half the way back.
That's his real hair. This is fake.
I was wondering, was that? Even when I watch big blockbusters, I can say, I know how that works, but I still couldn't work out how they did your hair.
Well, it was pretty simple. We just cut off my hair.
Nice.
And then we would shave it each day and put makeup over it. But it was good, really. That's what Kevin looks like. So, we were just, getting into character, but that helps an actor a lot.
And your suits, you're like...
Yeah. I kept my wardrobe. I had, oftentimes they don't let you on movies keep your wardrobe. But on this one, I wrote it in my contract.
To ensure legally that I could keep my stuff.
And Miles, you had to get into the head of someone in this film who just does not give up, and at any means necessary, they don't know when to stop. Yeah. That's quite a hard place for anyone to kind of try and find in their own mind. But I guess after Whiplash, you played a character who also had a similar psyche. So was it almost feel like I've done this psychologically before? Was it quite easy to return to that state of mind?
Yeah. In Vinny's case, here's a guy who, was risking paralysis to keep moving forward. In Whiplash, the guy just isn't going to quit, but it's not like he's really risking his life to do this thing. So, with Vinny, I don't know, I think I share some of those qualities of, I do want to keep moving forward. I like a challenge. I like the, I like odds. I like kind of being motivated out of fear. I think a lot of actors are motivated out of fear. So, I could connect to that, but man, I was so grateful for this opportunity, because I just respected Vinny as a man so much. Like, all his qualities, those are qualities that I hold in very, very high regard.
Just in regards to not just this character, but any characters you both play. When you're playing someone like this who just doesn't give up, does that impact you personally? Do you find that they can kind of infiltrate your own mentality in real life? Do you find when you're off the set, you're kind of thinking, I don't know, you find yourself to be even more kind of courageous than you usually would, or more determined?
Well, I learned a pretty nice skill for it. I think anytime you can learn, not only just how to defend yourself, but how to be the hunter. I think that's a mentality for me that I enjoyed.
In the movie business, you're working with the best of the best, no matter what you're playing. If it's a drummer or if it's a boxer or whatever it is, you have these world-class people around you who are driven, they're able to have focus and concentration, and of course that bleeds through you. Plus the fact that in our jobs, Vinny made the impossible possible, and everybody told him that not to go back into the ring, and he trusted his instincts, and he went back in and became middleweight champion of the world. I mean, actors in their own way have sort of lived that story in the sense in their own careers of, nobody's telling us, to be actors, and you're doing it against all odds, and you have to be focused and have that concentration. So it helps us be better at what we do for sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time today. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Right, we've got that on camera.
I love butterflies.
They're the best.
They are the best.
I'm a fan of vegetables.
What's your favourite vegetable?
Cucumber.
Of course.
That'd be my first question today. Right,
Good. I like that. You're just going with what you're getting.
straight in.
Yeah.